Good morning, Milwaukee. Good morning, fam. I missed you all. I was gone during the month of February, but I am here, back well rested and blessed, and back with my family. Jermaine, Mr. Jermaine.
Hey, it's so good to see you again. I missed you.
I missed
I was
you all
wondering
too.
where you were, but now that I see you,
I'm here.
wow, look at God.
Look at God. Won't he do it? Won't
He
he do
did it.
He did it.
Yes.
He did it.
Will he, won't he?
Won't he?
Won't he, will he?
Mr. Debo, you helped hold it down.
Morning, Deb. How are you?
I am blessed. I am
Man,
blessed.
so with the midnight voice, man.
We're going to start out
Yes,
right since
yes.
you're back. We're going to do things the right way.
We're going to do it the right way.
No more sipping of the cups during the shoot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Is that what you got to say, Erica?
This
Wow.
dude here.
Yes.
This dude.
He just
Something wrong
started.
with him.
We've known this though.
Yeah.
We know this.
Right.
We know this. And we accept him and don't nobody better not talk about
That's
him.
it.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
Good
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I will tell you, while I was gone, I did see my incredible stand-ins for your health and you. I have to say a special shout out to Miss Marquela. She did from Social X. She did a phenomenal job. She is working with us on some prostate health event programming at the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Center. And then when she stepped in and did the mic, I was like, okay, she did so good. And then Mr. Marcus Hogan from the health department stepped in, did a phenomenal job also. I'm just so appreciative that we have friends that are willing to come in and step in and hold the space when I can't. So I just want to do those shout outs. Thank you to everyone who was able to hold things down. And Milwaukee, as always, I did watch and I saw you all came with the questions. So please don't stop that momentum. This is still about your health and you. This show rotates and moves based upon your questions and your involvement. And today will be no different. Today we're starting the month of March with some very, very important discussion. As always, we're bringing information to you so that you can act on it. And I want to encourage the goal of what we're doing today is to encourage some open and honest conversations around cancer screening and early detection, while also looking at some resources that exist within the community to help empower our Milwaukee, to help empower our community to take proactive steps towards protecting your health. So today we are talking about colorectal cancer. Don't change the channel. Just stay right here. This is for you. You need to hear about it. This is important. This is the most preventable cancer. The most preventable cancer. This one, you can take charge of this. So we always want, we want to know, what can I do so that this won't happen? I need you to know this is one of the cancers that you can definitely be proactive, that simply through the screening, the cancerous, the possibilities of cancerous modules. Am I saying the right word? Erica, help me. The polyps can be removed.
Yes.
They can be removed.
Yes.
So today I've got, as always, I'm here with one of our health griots, because Your Health and You would not be truly a show without my health griot. And I want to introduce Mr. Vincent Butler, one of our griots, and tell his story. And we are so blessed today because we have not one, but two cancer survivors and thrivers who will be able to talk about their story. But Mr. Butler, as my co-host, tell me a little bit about your story and your journey as a prostate cancer survivor and as a health griot.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you're going to have a good day today. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer 19 years ago. I was 51 years old. And I'll tell you about that time. There's some of the stuff I can't do anymore. But when I turned 50, I decided, I'm going to do my stuff. So on my 50th birthday, or right around there, I did what I called a triple header. I played softball in the morning down in Cy John Field. I played pickup basketball with my buddies, softball buddies, and I played 18 holes of golf that day. So I felt really good. So next year on my 51st birthday, I was going to do the same thing, but I went to my doctor, and they noticed my PSA was high. So he went through the thing, and they did a biopsy, and I had prostate cancer. And I'm here to tell you that what you don't know will hurt you, because I felt very good at the time. I remember one time during a softball game, after I'd been diagnosed, before I had what eventually became the surgery, somebody hit a single, and I rounded second, and instead of just running the third, I slid into third base. I said, I'm not sick, but I had prostate cancer. But what happened was, the good news is that it was removed. And 19 years later, I'm still here to tell you that, life is good.
Wait, let's do the math. 51.
I'll be 70. I'll be 70. I'll be 70 on May 3rd. So, and I'll tell you what happened. I just had a vacation. I went to Phoenix, Arizona to play with golf with my buddies. I can't play softball anymore. I definitely can't take the ball to the hole anymore. But I can still play golf.
That's right.
So I played 63 holes of golf, and the day I didn't play golf, we went to a Brewers game. So it was a great trip. And I'm just here to say that life is good. That's what I want to say.
See, okay, for those of you who are still in bed, for those of you not looking at anyone in particular who struggled to get up this morning,
Just looking at me.
who are like, I don't know if I want to go to the gym. I can just stay under these covers. I need you, first of all, get on the YouTube and look at this gentleman.
Yeah.
Look at this gentleman. Played 68 holes of golf.
Well, it's only 63.
63.
See, the pros play 72, so I'm not quite a pro yet during the
Wow.
week.
You working on it though.
Yeah, I'm working on it though.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
See,
impressive though.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
I haven't played one. Does
Right.
putt count? Does putt count?
Right. 'Cause I'm down
Queen
for
of
that one.
I know we can do
Right.
queen putt. I can do
Like,
some putt.
what?
But yeah, but that's, I mean, I just know walking the golf, even if you have a
Right.
cart,
Mhm.
still that exercise of walking the course
Mhm.
and then having to get up there and swing that club. That's no simple feat.
It isn't.
And your eyes got to be good
Yes.
because you got to
That
see.
part.
Yeah, that part I would.
Mhm.
Yeah, they lose me on several parts of that.
Mhm.
I will gladly drive the cart. That's read a good book. That's what I told my husband. I will gladly drive the cart and bring my book
Right.
along.
That's
But
right.
I want you to talk about your health and the things that you're able to do. One of the things I always like to point out. So at the end of the year, did you participate with Mr. Leonard in the push-ups?
No, I did not do that.
Ah,
Even in my peak, I was never good at doing push-ups. So
okay.
Disclaimer. Okay.
I get on my knees and do it, but that's about it.
That's
you
about
know?
it. Okay, okay.
It counts.
Yes, that counts. That counts. But yes, but this is what we're talking about. And we want you to know, Milwaukee, that getting screened is important.
Very.
It is critical. And when you get screened, to follow up,
Mhm.
that is critical and important. And that do not be afraid of that diagnosis.
Mhm.
If they say this is what it is, then you say, what are our next steps?
Mhm.
What are we doing next? What are we doing next? So this is our brother who is thriving after a diagnosis of prostate cancer. He is one that goes out in the community and tells more members of the community about preventative health. And what's one message that you have for individuals, Mr. Butler, when you go out? What's important or key?
I think the screening is important. You talked about colorectal cancer, and I'm fortunately I haven't had that, but my last exam was a couple years ago, and they found polyps. And the one thing about colorectal cancer is that they can take care of business right there while you're there.
Mhm.
They can take care of it right there. So I have a follow-up next month.
Okay.
So so far so good,
Yes.
but it's important to do that early diagnosis. Like you said, it's one of those things that is very preventable, and I just encourage everybody to get the facts and not be swayed by disinformation. You'll hear stuff about the prep and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-mm.
And it's just, in the grand scheme of things, that's a small
Mm.
part of your life that you got to deal with.
Mhm.
Basically, under normal circumstances, maybe a week you start, getting ready for it. But really, the big part is maybe the day before and the day also 2.5 days of is just a small price to pay for making sure that you're healthy. So.
So true, so true. Thank you for that. And we know, we touch and agree that we know everything's going to be clear when you go back for your
Yes,
follow up.
absolutely.
Touch and
That's
agree,
right.
touch and agree. We also want you to know, as we'll talk a little bit more about that prep and how you prepare yourself both mentally and physically for that exam.
Mhm.
This is, when we begin our conversations, we always want to start with the community, and Mr. Butler is a critical part of the community and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Center Community Outreach and Engagement program with the health griots. And the health griots are a part of our program that walks and talks the truth about what happens after diagnosis, that people shouldn't be scared of getting the screening and having that knowledge, because knowledge is power in knowing that. I want to give you just a few statistics just so that you may ask, Deb, why are we talking about this? Why is this important? There's about 2,500 people who are diagnosed annually in Wisconsin with colorectal cancer. This is the second most common cancer in Wisconsin, in the state. Second most common. And we're here particularly talking about it because African Americans are at higher risk. We are 20%, we have about a 20% higher chance of being diagnosed, and 45% higher chance of actually passing away from colorectal cancer than our counterparts. And a lot of that is due to late stage diagnosis, meaning that we are diagnosed later in the disease. And why is that? Because many of us don't have a primary care doctor, don't have a medical home. As Mr. Butler said, I feel good, so I don't need to go to a doctor. But there's a thing that we have to start doing, and that's called maintenance. We have to maintain that health. And you can't maintain that health if you actually don't know what's going on. And so part of it, I had this conversation with a friend of mine who also does not like to go to the doctor, did not have a PCP, a primary care provider, until I talked to him. And I said, so your car, you don't take your car for oil changes, do you? He's like, yeah, I take it for oil changes. I was like, oh, so you value your car more than you value your life.
Message.
You will take your car for an oil change, but you won't take yourself, because your car will run fine. But then if you do not take care of yourself, who's going to be driving that car? You're going to be sitting up in the hospital, and that car's going to be sitting in the garage looking pretty. But you are not going to, you have to take care of yourself. And especially when it comes to colorectal cancer, when you see statistics like these, this is what's so critical and so important. That we know the numbers, that we know our risk. And we have to know things like our blood pressure. We have to know things. We got to know what our weight is. And not saying that having a heavier weight is unhealthy, but we have to know what does that impact as far as my ability to do things? What does that impact? How does that impact my lifestyle? In middle school and high school, I ran track, 440. Fastest thing. Won ribbons and everything. I run track. I loved to run because it was a way for me just to be with nature and be out there. I can't do that now. I gained weight. I damaged my knees. I have arthritis. I can't do that now. But I'm learning to be able to walk longer and to do better because I work with my doctors. I know my health, I know my limitations, and I know how to get back to that stage. I'm not going to be running the 440 anytime soon. I leave that. I have a granddaughter who runs track and is phenomenal at running track. I'll leave that to her. I'll leave that to my baby V. She can do that. But, I can at least get up and be active. And this is what's so important for so much prevention and knowing your health. But this is what's important. The other thing is that we have to know, what are we doing? And sometimes y'all know, what are you doing that's risky? What are you doing that is risking your health, that is not healthy? Are you getting the exercise that you need? Are you getting the rest? And I know us just sitting right here,
Jesus.
us just sitting right here. I know I'm preaching to the choir right here. Are you getting the rest that you really need? Are you getting the rest that you need? Tossing and turning because you're worrying. Not going to bed and letting the TV watch you. Staying up, playing. My husband and I are both guilty of this. Playing games on your phone until all hours. For no reason whatsoever. There's times when we need to make sure that we are doing things, something as simple as turning off the TV, putting electronics away, and take your behind the bed. Get some sleep. It's hard. It's a new habit. It's a new lifestyle. We have a caller on the line. Caller, welcome to Your Health and You.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me try and see if I can do something about this echo here. I'll swing out here in this little quarter I have here. Maybe that'll help it a bit. Is that a little bit better?
You are good. You are good.
Okay. Well, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Miss Karen, welcome back, and glad that you're feeling better. And everyone in the studio, Mr. Rideout, gentleman, Mr. Butler, and the other gentlemen as well, and Milwaukee. Tyrone W. speaking. Rafiq Muhammad Abdullah, my name that the Professor Muhammad Abdullah gave me. Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak to those that partake. So indeed. Couple different things. No Dr. Izzard this morning, but yeah, tell him I said hi.
We will.
As well as Deb as well. I know she may be in the second half, but I don't want to do too much double dipping.
No, this is Deb right here.
Okay. Well, Miss Karen. Well, we're missing Karen then. we're missing Karen then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, come on, Karen. Heal quickly and get with us then. But I did leave a message for you on your recorder, though.
I did hear you. Yes, sir, Tyrone W. I appreciate you. Thank
you.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Excuse me. To the gentleman, it's so many questions. There's so much stuff in the water and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I would think the doctors, and they, it's almost like they're taking stuff off the shelves. It's hard to get stuff for pain now. I think somebody said something like they're getting ready to take Excedrin and Bufferin Extra Strength off the shelves. Man, that's what I'm taking for pain. So man, I'm gonna be in a bad way here in a bit here. So it's tough to get something for pain. But if the gentleman could speak to what's the difference between the polyps and then, I don't know, what hemorrhoids? And vice versa. I mean, okay. and I guess basically let it marinate for a minute there before you answer it. Now let's do you over the air. But what's the difference between hemorrhoids and the polyps? Mm-hmm. And do they interfere with each other, or do they make each other's worse? Or something.
That could be an indicator.
Yeah, right. Do the polyps interfere with the hemorrhoids and vice versa? But then there's so much stuff in the water. There was a recall on Valley something artesian water a couple of days ago, and I'm like, man, even they're selling us bad water, so that you can't boil lead out of water. I know that from 7th grade in high school science. So I mean, man, they're hitting us going and coming. So we need to get a million doctor march on Congress to say, stop killing us and give us some of our money back and give up some of these seats that y'all ain't doing nothing in, and let some of the younger people, come in and, do some of this stuff that we need to have done on these policies and stuff here, and get some of this stuff straightened out here. But just that, for now, and then, I didn't want to, make it too hard for them. But yeah, basically the hemorrhoids and then the polyps, do they interfere with each other, and then does it make it more painful or whatever? And I'll listen to you over the air. So thank you very much. Have a great day, all of you.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you. And we appreciate you. Thank you for the call. So we do have, I do want to first preface by Dr. Izzard is not on with us today. We don't have a specific medical professional, but we do have a young lady on who I always want to give a nursing degree, an MD. It was Miss Erica Sinclair from Health Connections. She
gave you a PhD.
I gave her a PhD. I give her all kind of degrees going on. But Erica Sinclair from Health Connections may be able to answer part of that question. But we do not have a medical doctor or a nurse online. But I will get the answer for you. If Erica, if you want to just talk a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you so much. So again, Erica Sinclair, I'm the CEO and founder of Health Connections Incorporated. We are a medical clinic located on Port Washington Road, 1 block south of Hampton. We do primary care, HIV care, and treatment, and gender affirming care. So, and with that said, my background is in clinical. I'm a microbiologist by training, and I'm also an international public health expert and professional. So I am not an MD, I'm not a nurse, I'm not any of those things, but I employ people. They work for me, and they work for me, because I use a public health lens in order to actually give care to the community. So I look at it. I always take care of community outside of my 4 walls, and in addition to the inside the 4 walls. And our goal is to get people to be comfortable accessing healthcare, get back into trusting healthcare again, because as broken as the healthcare system is, and we know it's broken, we still have to use it. It's what we have. So we have to figure out ways to keep people from dying prematurely. And so that's why I'm listening to Mr. Butler's conversation, his testimony, and I'm like, thank you for being that person that actually does go to the doctor and come see us, because we're there for you in that respect. And if you don't do anything else, you see a primary care provider, your PCP, at least once a year, just so we can keep this conversation and this conversation around your health going, we will all be in a good place. So as far as going to, I'll talk about some other stuff soon, but I wanted to answer the question. Hemorrhoids and polyps. So while they don't necessarily interfere with each other, like you said, it could be an indicator that something's going on. Both of them are dealing with your GI, your gastrointestinal system. So there's that, and then so that's even a reason to go see your PCP. So then they can then figure out what your next steps need to be. Personal testimony: I had my first colonoscopy recently this year, and when I tell you, I was scared. I was like, now I tell people to do this all the time. I literally tell people to do this all the time. I was like, go get your, this is what I do. Yeah. I'm in the community telling people, go get your screenings, go get your, and one thing that we used to give to people, they're like, I don't want to, have, go under. I don't want to go under. I don't want to go out, that kind of thing. Okay. So go ahead and use, I'm going to say the name, Cologuard.
Okay.
So Exact Science Cologuard. And while I am, how do I say it? I'm under the harm reduction model. So if you can't get people to do the one thing, the thing that's going to keep them for 10 years, colonoscopies, you get it, you're good for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's like a whole situation, 10 years.
Yeah, you don't have to do it again.
You don't have to do it again for 10 years. But if you do Cologuard, you have to do it every year. And so I know you're like, oh, you do a number 2 in a box, you send it to the people, the lab study, studies it and see what's going on. This is the thing, though. You do that, you send it. Guess what? If anything is going on with it, you have to go get a colonoscopy.
Right.
So you should have just went and got a colonoscopy in the first place.
Yeah. Because
the thing about a colonoscopy is you actually go in and you can see the polyps.
Right.
If you don't do the colonoscopy, you can't see the polyps. So you can go get you can do the Cologuard and still have polyps, but you won't know. So you can have it you growing in you and you have no idea. So just go get the thing that takes care of everything. Yeah. And so that way we don't have to have these conversations later on and says, I could have found it. I could have figured out, because they did find a polyp in mine. Okay. And they took care of it. Like you said, took care of everything right then. When I woke up, and it was the best sleep I ever had.
It is the best sleep.
I tell everybody. The best nap ever.
I said, can we do this? Right. I have not slept in years. So
Yep.
exactly.
Why are you waking me up right now?
I was like, excuse me, can I stay? She said, ma'am, we need this for
We
another
need the
person.
room.
I said, can you just move them somewhere else? That was the best sleep. It
Yes,
was.
it
I have no
is.
idea. I'm like, we gotta figure that one out. I tried to make friends with the nurse to be like, girl, let's talk. Let's can we do this again?
The thing,
Just put me in
But
the
it's
front room.
real.
Yeah.
But it's
Is it
like
in
it
pill
really is the best sleep ever. But it's
Mm-hmm.
also a whole thing. They told you all the things. By the
Mhm.
time you left, you just knew what was going on
Yes.
with you. And I felt
Mhm.
so good. And thank God for my father, who was like, he encouraged me to like go get that done, go get this done. Like him and my mother, they both were like, thank God I have both of them with me, but they had to do that. So
Yeah.
we have to really figure this kind of stuff out. So thank you
Yeah.
for the question.
And we have a caller on the line. We're going to take this caller real quick before the break. Caller, welcome to Your Health and You.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call.
No worries.
My name is Denise. Some people in the radio world may know me as Lady D, but I just want to share a testimony when we're talking about early detection. 20 years ago today, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I didn't have no history of it. Just did what the doctors told me to do. They said it's time for you to get screened for breast cancer. I just knew for sure I was going to be okay. Just did what they told me to do. Lo and behold, they told me I was in stage 0 of breast cancer. I was happy it was stage 0, but I was devastated that it was breast cancer. And I was devastated that it was positive. So I just want to get it out to everyone out there. Early detection is very, very important. I had to undergo a 16-hour massive surgery, but you know what? I did not have to have chemo nor radiation. Why? Because we caught it early. Okay? And again, 20 years today, I have been cancer free.
Lady D,
Thank you very much.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much. I so appreciate you. And we're gonna take a quick break and talk more about that on the other side. Just being able to follow what are the general guidelines for getting screening. But we'll talk about that on the other side. You're welcome to Your Health and You, and we'll see you on the other side. Welcome back, family. We got some good conversation going. I do appreciate you all, and we have some comments on the YouTube. Yes, there is stage 0. So when you talk about staging, and I also want to get back to hemorrhoids versus polyps, but staging, when you talk about staging, when it comes to breast cancer or any cancers, the stage identifies how far it has spread. And so stage 0 means that it's very localized and like it's only in one spot. They test all the tissue around the area and they are able to say it is just in this pinpoint spot.
Deb, I actually learned something.
Yep.
I never knew. I thought that meant the severity, not
No,
necessarily the spread.
the
So
spread.
thanks for identifying that for me.
Yeah, we had a program with high school students at Milwaukee High School of the Arts, and I had a student that actually used a smart board and showed the different levels of staging, and then turned around and tested me to ask me what stage it was at. I was like, "Girl, I ain't going somewhere. It's just irritating."
They will test you.
They will test
All
you.
day.
I was like, y'all get a little bit of knowledge, but that's what I always visualize is her vision board, and she's gone on to college and doing great things. But yeah, so stage 0 is that it is very localized.
Happiness Donut said my spouse woke up a new man after his
colonoscopy. Lord, now you're gonna have people going out getting their husbands and their spouses colonoscopy.
Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, whatever
Yes,
it takes.
whatever it takes.
We'll do
Yes,
it.
it's a good rest. It's a good rest.
Why do they call it twilight when you sleep so well?
Because it's not a deep sleep. It's not under a heavy sedation like you would normally have for severe surgeries, for like a lot more invasive surgery. So it's you do go to sleep, but it's possible that you could
wake up during the
not wake up, but you would remember things that you hear.
Oh, okay.
So it's twilight is a little bit.
I don't either. I was out.
Yeah, I'm good. Give me my nap.
It's amazing how they do it too, because you're sitting there talking to them and they calming you, and then and then we'll just put this mask on you, and then you sit there and you can and I'm kind of scared. Oh, you gone.
Yep.
Count to 10. You get 1, 2, and next thing you snore. Yes, it's crazy, but yeah, it's one of those things, and people say that it is the best rest ever. It is the best rest ever because you're to me, I'm at peace, and you're kind of at peace. Well, except for Jermaine, Jermaine gets nervous, y'all. He don't like. He got so much going on. It's okay though. It's okay. He's cool. He's like, I don't want to be asleep when this is happening. I don't know what y'all doing. I need to see. He's so special, y'all. But so that is one of the things that it is a good rest, but it's one of those things that it is necessary to do. The other piece that we've talked about is or that was brought up was a question between hemorrhoids and polyps. Yes. And hemorrhoids are swollen blood vessels, and it can cause you can see blood in your stool from hemorrhoid. When you have polyps or colorectal cancer, polyps can also cause blood. And so that is one of the issues with Cologuard, because Cologuard is testing for blood. And if you have hemorrhoids, it's going to test positive. So it's one of the things that you need to be aware of if you try to do Cologuard, that it will detect blood.
So is it a certain color that you should look for? Because I know around that area you have little vessels that if you push too hard, it can cause bleeding.
It can cause bleeding.
So is it a certain color of blood that you should look for?
And I will find out that information specifically, but from my understanding, it's not so much color, but consistency.
Okay.
So if you've had an amount.
Okay.
So, and it's like blood from straining
right
is different than blood from hemorrhoids
So how would you
or
know?
polyp. Oh, you would know. It's like if it's and for women we can.
I was
It's,
gonna say because
we,
we're women, that's a whole
for,
different
because
thing.
we're women,
Oh,
we
okay.
know the different. Like if it's
Okay.
if you're on your cycle,
Oh, well, yeah.
that's a
But-
lot of blood. So yeah,
Yeah.
if for men, it's almost like if you feel that you're on your cycle. So, but you wouldn't know what that looks like. But it's a lot.
See,
It's a lot more.
Okay, so if you're kind of constipating and you're pushing,
Mhm.
Just to release,
Mhm.
it's possible that you can pop some of those vessels,
Oh,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
which will cause bleeding. in
Yes.
your stool.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why you need more fiber in your diet.
Yes.
Yeah,
You need to eat
yes.
some apples, y'all.
Yeah.
Eat some fruit.
Eat fruit.
Bananas,
Bananas,
apples.
apples.
Yeah.
Roughage,
Roughage,
salads. The darker the
salads.
green, the better.
Yep.
Yep.
You need to eat
Fresh
some real
onions.
fresh stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
What, did you say ribs?
No, I said
Didn't nobody
real.
say
Real
nothing
fresh.
about
I said,
ribs?
Lord, I'm gonna go get me some ribs.
Did
real.
nobody say ribs?
Real fresh
So
stuff.
sometimes I have hard of hearing on Friday.
You know what? You have hard of hearing when we talk about health.
Right.
Now I got taste for some ribs.
Yes,
now.
sir, Doc.
No,
Me and
no,
you.
you do not.
No.
No, you do not.
We're gonna have a
Only-
good
So I'm gonna compromise.
chicken salad.
Only if they eat a salad with it. If you eat a salad, then you're good.
And it's
Okay.
with-
Hey,
Yep.
bet.
All right.
Bet.
Me and you, Doc.
Bet.
Now you know good and well they're gonna put one piece of lettuce.
drenched in,
I'm gonna tell
in
you,
ranch.
in
I do
ranch.
harm reduction. I'm
I
gonna
need
take
the
what
sauce.
I can get now.
Yeah. That little iceberg lettuce
Yeah,
with
Dr.
that.
Iceberg lettuce.
Exactly.
That should not
Iceberg.
even be considered
Exactly.
lettuce.
Thank you. It
Exactly.
isn't. That's water on the
Exactly.
side.
That's water.
We need a spring mix in here.
Thank you. Get some spinach. Get some spinach.
Yes.
Iceberg.
Yeah. look, Milwaukee. As we've been fussing, which y'all are used to.
This is a family
This
conversation.
is a family conversation. We done talked about the rooter to the tutor.
Uh-huh.
Literally.
But you hear another beautiful voice that has joined us, has been here with us. My sis, Miss Jamila,
Thank you.
My-
Thank you.
my sister advocate in crime. Yes, we've been to DC
Yeah.
together.
Madison.
In Madison, we've been doing some stuff advocating for healthcare.
Mhm.
And Miss Jamila is she is my sister's, but not because she's just my sister, but her voice, her power, her story is one that is so incredible. And I'm going to ask you, Jamila, just to tell a little bit about your story, and please do not forget the age, which is so
Oh.
critical.
Of course. Thank you, Ms. Deb, and good morning to everyone. I'm honored to be here, humbled to be here. I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. I was 33 years old. I was having symptoms. I feel like I was lucky to have symptoms because so many people that have had this type of cancer, they do not have any symptoms. And I was having pain in my abdomen, excruciating pain. And it was persisting for a very long time. And I would go to my primary care doctor at the time, and it was not on their radar because of my age that it would be colon cancer. So I was told to keep a food diary. I was prescribed acid reflux medication. I had an ultrasound, I had an x-ray on my abdomen, and they still could not figure out what was going on with me. And I finally just said, can you just refer me to the GI specialist?
Right.
And my pain went away. So I canceled that appointment. But when the pain came back, I knew that I needed to be seen. So I was on a work site tour with my job and a student, and I used the bathroom. And that's when I saw something in my stool that just did not seem right. I thought it was my cycle, but it wasn't. So I left work early. I went to the emergency. My physician was not available at the time. So the nurse practitioner gave me a stool sample. And when she came back in the room, I could just tell that something was not right. And she said that I needed to go to the emergency room immediately. So after I went, I gave the emergency room my paperwork, and I had a CT scan. And the results from that showed that I had a mass in my ascending colon. From there, I was admitted. I had an emergency colonoscopy that showed that I did have a mass. And then I had surgery to have 6 inches of my colon removed. I also had 8 rounds of infusion chemotherapy. And I also did the pills as well for my treatment. That was back in 2019. I am so honored to say that I am cancer free. I've been cancer free. I'm in remission. Thank you. And I'm just using my story and my voice to really help people understand that there's no age when it comes to colorectal cancer. This is not grandpa's disease anymore. Through my advocacy and my lobby endeavors, I have met young people who were as young as 18, 14 that had colorectal cancer. So if you have a colon, which we all do, this could potentially be you. And early detection and screening, that's the blessing of this type of cancer. We have Cologuard, we have Shield, but the colonoscopy, I have to say, is the best screening that you can have. The prep is not as tough as it used to be, and honestly, it makes you feel lighter. Fasting fasting is a good thing. I will get off my soapbox in a minute, but fasting,
Stay on it.
Stay on it.
Stay on it.
fasting, we need to fast. The body will re-energize, it will recalibrate with just not eating or light eating for a couple of days. I try to eat light when I know I have to go in for a colonoscopy, so when I do flush whatever I'm flushing out, it's not as tough or as hard on the body. Mentally as well, you have to just mentally prepare and just speak positive affirmations to yourself. And I love going to the doctor. I'm one of those people. I tell my doctor everything. If you feel that you don't have that type of relationship, your doctor should be your best friend.
That's right.
You should be able to tell your doctor any and everything. These are the people that are in the positions to help you. And if you feel that you are being dismissed or you're not having the quality time with your primary care doctor, leave them. And if you can leave them and go somewhere else where you feel celebrated, seen, and heard. I go to my doctor with the laundry list. She is amazing. And she sits there and she listens to me. And if it wasn't for me advocating for myself, that's another thing. Please advocate for yourself. It is your health. It is your body. You know what is best for you. And the people that are in these roles and positions, they're supposed to be listening to you. So you have to take the power in your hands. And it is critical, it is crucial, and it is so needed.
Absolutely.
Miss Jamila, if you could see people are just loving you, telling you to stay on your soapbox.
Thank you.
And it's so important that your story gets out there. There were some questions, and Erica, you can also speak to this regarding insurance coverage. And I want to talk a little bit about that. We do have a caller on the line. Caller, go right ahead. Welcome to Your Health and You.
Yes, good morning. You know, I'm not talking about colon cancer, but it's just your story was interesting because I'm cancer free, and I had prostate cancer in 2021. I was sitting with my cousin at the table talking about physicals, and I decided to go to the doctor. Shout out to Dr. Rakoyak Aurora. And I went for a physical, and before I get ready to leave, she said, "Have you ever had a prostate test?" I'm like, "No." Put your pants down. I'm like, "Oh, I see why I never had a prostate test. You told me to put my pants down." Really? See why I never had that test before. But then she said, "Well, she did what she had to do. Lucky she was a female, you know." And then I went downstairs. She said, "Well, go downstairs and take blood work." I'm like, "Now I live in Glendale off of Good Hope and Rio." So I went down. Before I left and got to McDonald's, she called me right back and said, "You need to go get you a biopsy in MEC1." So I went and got that done, and the doctor said, your PSA level was 28.
Oh,
I'm like, is that good? He said, good.
it's supposed to be 4.
2 weeks later, went back. No, 1 week later, I went back. It was 26. Before I left, I was admitted in Grafton having surgery.
Yeah.
And I asked them, because after since 2021, I have to go every 6 months for a blood work at PSA. And now in 5 years, I go every year. And I ask them all the time, if I had not had that test, would I have been dead? He said, Patrick, that level was so high, it would have spread it. There's no doubt about that. So God is good all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Thank
You
you so much
too.
for that call. I do. Okay, so a couple of things on Patrick's story. Thank you so much for that testimony. It's going to the doctor is so important. Right now, so all the men, before you turn off the radio and walk away, the gold standard is not to do the rectal exam, the digital rectal exam. And Dr. Izzard has been on talking about this. Now, the blood test is the best test and the preferred test that all doctors should be doing. It is the most accurate, and it can tell you what your PSA levels. Now, once you have a high PSA, then a digital rectal exam is something that may occur, that your doctor may have to do. But the first test should be the blood test.
What does PSA? What does that mean?
It's prostate-specific antigen.
Antigen, yeah.
And in the blood, that's what they test in the blood to see what levels those are. The levels should be no more than 4.
Yeah.
So when he said 28, I couldn't even help myself. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I had to like. It's supposed to be 4.
It's supposed to be 4.
It's supposed to be 4, and that's actually thank you to the Medical College of Wisconsin and Wisconsin Diagnostic Laboratories, Health Connections. We actually go into the community and do free PSA testing. So we do free blood draws, and then send them to the lab, and we get the results, and we turn around and we call you about the results. And if the results are too high, we actually walk you through the next steps, whether you're our patient or not. As far as I'm concerned, the community is our patients. So whatever access you need, and you were speaking about your PCP, if you don't like your PCP, call us. 414-999-1099, Health Connection Incorporated. We have providers. We especially have nurse practitioners who are different than working with MDs. Nurses actually look at everything.
God
They
bless the
are
nurses.
very much the people that look at everything.
nurses.
So we have 2 great nurse practitioners, Nadika and Artelia, who really take pride in taking care of their patients holistically. And we'll call you if you don't show up. We're calling saying, "Hey, is there something going on? How can we help you?" So they are very they're very much invested in their patients. And so when we have clients, especially the PSAs are too high, we will be calling you. They will be calling you themselves. We'll have providers or our staff calling you. But 4 is the highest. Blood test is like you said, the gold standard, and we actually do that for free. So if you're interested even in that part, 414-999-1099. Meet us on March 14th, next Saturday, because we'll be at Milwaukee Lutheran High School. We actually have our our 4th annual colorectal and prostate cancer awareness health fair and basketball game. The basketball game is going to be hilarious. You got to come. It's going to be community leaders led by Kyle Ashley of Milwaukee County. And it's going to be our first responders. So we'll have the Milwaukee Police Department and the fire department will be on the other team. So we'll have them playing a game. We'll have a dunk contest and a 3-point shootout. If you're from the community, you want to join that, come meet us at the center court on March 14th at Milwaukee Lutheran High School, 9700 Grand Toaster Drive. And if you have more information you want for that, go to healthconnectmke.org and click the flyer. It'll give all the information you need. This is free. We fight to make it free. It's free and open to the public. And so please come through. We need that place to be packed out so that we can continue to be able to offer these services to you for free. So please come through.
Somebody wanted to know if Jermaine's going to be playing.
Jermaine.
I'm ready to hoop. Let's go.
Uh-oh.
Pass me the ball.
Did y'all hear that?
I heard that.
I'm ready.
Okay, Kyle.
Okay.
I don't know if you're trying to take more people on your
Let's
team.
go.
So.
Sign me up. Sign me up for the Christian Jubilee.
Let's go.
He's a great water boy.
But the thing I want to emphasize, and I'll emphasize it again and again, is that what you don't know won't hurt you. That's the reason you need to go get the test. You say, I feel fine, but you don't know.
That's right.
And usually by time you actually get symptoms from prostate cancer or colorectal cancer, it's too late.
Yeah.
So I would say anybody, once you get off your mama's health care, at age 26, you need to get you a doctor, and you need to go to get your physical whenever they recommend every year, every 2 years or whatever. But you have to do that. I don't want to hear anybody. I'm just going to choke you if I see you that you don't at least go to get your physical.
Yeah.
I want you to do that.
Please.
I'm serious about that. So the people out there, I'm speaking to the choir right now.
Yeah.
But the choir members have relatives. Basically, insist that your child, even though your adult child, go to because things can, you can find things through the blood test. And even now, it's been 19 years. I had my physical last month, and they checked me for prostate, my PSA. And thank God it's less than 0 or less than 1. Less than 1 right now.
I
So
get
they
it
still
that-
test you for everything.
I get it that we don't have a doctor in the room, certified doctor to that extent. Can any of this be hereditary?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great question.
And that's actually part of the study I'm working on now.
Yeah.
Around genetics, and we'll have a whole different conversation about that because that's the whole thing. It's definitely a genetic connection. This is why that if you have anybody in your family that you're blood related to that had prostate cancer, it also is similar to breast cancer. You should be getting tested. And so this is why your business is not your business.
Exactly.
Most people, get to these, but girl, I don't know what he died for, but that's his business. No, it isn't. Not if we blood related. It's our business. It's all of our business. So you should be getting checked. And and that's actually how I even got into this. My Uncle Bobby, whose church is around the corner here, who passed away, but not from prostate cancer, but he did have prostate cancer. He told me that he had it and that he was working at Medical College of Wisconsin. He was a part of Men Moving Forward and all the different things. And because of his, but I also had my clinic. So he knew I was into public health and community health. So he literally passed the baton to me and was like, I'm not going to be here much longer. And I need you to take up the baton. So thanks to him, I'm here doing this work in this way. And that's what got me into prostate cancer education, being able to provide the testing. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to bring that to the community in his honor, in my family's honor, because after that, all of a sudden I found out such and such cousin, such and such had it, such and such had it. And I'm like, wait, what? So now I'm talking to my younger cousins because they're doing the same thing you just talked about, not going to the doctor. Now I'm like, I have a whole clinic. You absolutely have no reason. No reason. You have no excuse not to show up and get what you need. You have no reason.
See, I think it's because of how in the Black community, how the family raised each other. We don't talk about this type of stuff.
No, we don't.
So
We
it's like
have
such
to.
and such, they might have cancer and they keep it like a secret until such and such pass away. And it's like, man, I didn't know this person had this, but it's for some reason, I don't know if it's that we are scared to talk about it or if it's faith-based that if we don't talk about it that it will go away. But in my situation, I was out playing ball and I was having issues with my ankle, which made me go to the doctor because I was getting ready to have surgery on my ankle. And that's how I found out I had stage 2 prostate cancer.
Wow.
Had no clue. So when they ran my lab work and found out that my PSA was 13.8, it was like something is going on.
Absolutely.
So I had to go see the doctor. I requested the female doctor.
Okay.
That's
so
fine.
special.
Do
Okay.
whatever
Whatever
you
you
gotta
gotta
get.
get. Right.
Harm reduction. Yes. Whatever you got to do.
Because mentally I couldn't.
I feel you.
Too big. You can't touch me.
I need.
Jesus.
And so after they found out that I had the issue, a couple days before Christmas, 2 years ago, they called me and told me I had stage 2 prostate cancer. And for me, it became a mental thing because that same day I had to play at a funeral. And when I got to the funeral, I'm on the organ and the family come up to talk. But then guess what the guy passed from? So now I got to deal with just hearing what they just told me and seeing the reality of what can happen. So I'm on the organ just messed up. But what
that
I
was
did,
divine order, though.
exactly,
That was
was
divine
meant to
order.
be.
exactly. And I'm gonna tell you that what that did, that really gave me strength because my faith was increased. Because I said, okay, well, God, I believe that things happen for a reason. So God, I'm gonna put this in your hands, and I'm gonna trust God.
That's right.
Because I could have went into that mind frame of woe is me, and then
it's so easy
trigger all type of other stuff.
Yep.
But I remember hearing in my spirit, be careful who you share it with.
Yeah.
Be careful who you share it with. And then I didn't understand it until after I went through the surgery, after the cancer was gone, after they removed it. I was out at a music store and I saw one of these guys that I was friends with. He was like, man, I heard what happened. I was like, yeah, man, I'm cancer free. And when I said that, he must didn't hear me, because he turned around and said, man, it was nice knowing you. And I looked at him. I said, hold on, brother. We ain't going to speak that over my life.
Right.
I had it. I'm no longer.
That's right.
And I'm cancer free. And he kind of smiled. But after he walked away, I heard again in my spirit, this is why I told you to be careful with who you share it with. Because that could have killed every faith base that I had going on, to hear somebody say who you friends with, oh man, it's nice knowing you. What? Yeah. No, you're not gonna speak that over my life.
That's right.
And
that's why
cancer is so much different than what it was like in the 90s. That they have
the treatment, the options.
Yes, we have. I mean, the cancer space is so much different now. So, it's not necessarily a death sentence. I lobby with the guy, JJ. He will forever have cancer. He has done over 100 chemotherapy treatments, and he's still here. He is still here. He is still thriving. Like he is doing his thing. So, it's not a death sentence anymore. When you hear the C word, nobody wants to hear that.
Right.
But if you do get that diagnosis, there are a lot of options. There are a lot of options.
A lot.
And science does work.
Yes.
Yes, please. Incorporating certain things, that is fine too, but trust in your doctor. Again, if you don't trust in your doctor, then you're in the wrong space. Absolutely. And find somebody, go to Health Connections, find someone or somewhere where you feel heard, because that will save your life.
Jamila, someone asked earlier in the chat, they said they were having some hiccups with their doctor. I don't know if you want to disclose your doctor. Your doctor may not even be accepting new patients, but is there anyone that you would recommend?
Renee Sinopoli, she works for Freighter Hospital. She is amazing. I would say if you are insured, go through your insurance. If you're not insured, go to Health Connections, and they can help you.
And actually, we take insurance too. So we're actually one of the only free and charitable clinics that also takes insurance. Yep. Because part of it is, if you're in a free charitable clinic, once you get insurance, then you have to leave.
Right.
So we decided to create a model where you don't have to leave, because it's hard to create therapeutic relationships. That's really, really. I done told you all my business.
Yeah. Right.
No, and now I gotta leave. Like, what? And you helped me get my insurance, and now I gotta leave. So we took that back. We took that away. And so you can get so if you have insurance or you don't, you can start with us, you can end with us, we can get you started. Like that's what I'm about. Even if you stay with us as long as you can, and then you like, I gotta go, that's fine. We will help you move around to the next people. Awesome. But we do take insurance as well. So. And insurance, you mentioned a question about insurance?
Yes, and we'll talk about insurance. We need to take a quick break.
Sure.
And we have some callers on, but we will, callers, I appreciate you holding. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and on the other side, we'll talk about insurance and colonoscopies. And we'll get to our callers. Thank you. You're with Your Health and You. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming back, Milwaukee and you. I can say it. Your health and you. Thank you for coming back, Milwaukee. It's we in here having way too much fun. And we have a caller on the line. Caller, thank you for calling in.
Oh, thank you for taking my call, Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say thank you for your testimony,
Oh, wow.
and I pray that people are listening and take your advice.
Yeah.
Did I hear Dr. Izzard was in the studio?
No.
No, not
No,
today.
our brother's not with us today.
Oh, okay. And the importance of black men getting your PSAs taken. And I want to say that we probably should start taking that at earlier ages. I've been
That's
doing
right.
it. I was like 40, 35 years old.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
And one of the things that I would like to just say, hang up, we have to get over this Tuskegee stuff.
Yes.
And we have to get over somebody putting their finger up your rectum. They don't really hardly do that anymore.
That's right.
Right.
That part.
Tell that.
Thank you, brother.
Tell it.
Right.
Mhm.
And it has to be extreme immersion. And if they do, it's probably no longer than 5 to 10 seconds. All they're doing is filling around to see if there's any odd shapes or anything like that, or if it's swollen or anything. And so and the part about sex, don't worry about that. I mean, you want to live.
That part.
See, but you know what, George?
And if I can answer you, I'm sorry.
No, and I was going to say nowadays with the surgery, because they actually went in with the robot. So they used the robot for me and took my prostate out, but they was able to spare all of the nerves around there.
Oh, wow.
So, so I'm still able to, do my manly duties, but I'm grateful that they was able to spare those nerves.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say this, and I was going to keep this as a surprise right out, because I was going to ask you what type of surgery you had and what took you so long to get this, but I'm going to share, and I was going to wait to this.
Mm-hmm.
You guys probably don't remember, about 8 months apart, you guys have a beautiful day. When I was telling you guys about you and Debo about getting your prostate checks and stuff, do you remember that conversation I had with you guys?
Yeah.
I do recall.
And I had just left the doctor.
Yeah.
So I was waiting, but this must be God. I'm going through radiation treatment right now.
Mm.
They called it early, and I was going to save it. Today it will be my second week. I got 3 more weeks after this, but I was going to save it to the end because I kind of hinted to when I told you guys on Keith's show that I had a biopsy, and
I remember you saying
that. And he said too much information and started laughing. So I said, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. You think everything's a joke, but I had my biopsy. And that was the roughest thing that I had to go through.
Yeah.
But after that, so I started my radiation last week. They called it real early.
Awesome, man.
And so, the manly stuff, you ain't got to worry about that. And if you do worry about that, don't worry about it. But because I can still, but during Lent, that's one of the things. That's what I give up during Lent.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, but guys, take this seriously.
Yeah.
Because my dad had it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I had it, and I've been telling my son,
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
and
that's what
get you
you're
a
doing.
primary
Yes.
and get
Thank
yourself checked out.
That's
Yeah,
the
George.
point.
Because
George, man, hey, man, I had a cousin that was 34, 33, 34 years old.
Mm.
And, he was having back pains and they couldn't figure out why he was having back pains. And it got so severe that he went to the doctor and they sent him to Walgreens and he was like, no, it ain't that type of pain. Something is wrong.
Yes.
And they finally figured out that he had stage 4 prostate cancer, but it was too late then. It was in his bones. It was, and it was too late. So he had ended up passing in his 30s, and I didn't understand it. So then when they told me about my diagnosis, I said, wait a minute. I'm at stage 2, and if this is a slow growing process, that means I've had this for a minute.
Same here.
And didn't know.
20s, yeah, right.
And see, one of the things that I was so blessed about right now is I've been doing it, doing my PSAs to get myself checked out every year. And one of my doctors I had, she retired. She was doing it every 6 months to make sure. Then I got a new doctor. He was only doing it once a year, which kind of pissed me off. But we still caught it so early that the guy that's doing my radiation, he was telling me that even if I didn't do anything, I'd probably live for another 15 years, but I want it out of my body.
That's
I
right.
know that's right.
Same
man.
here.
So George, did they give you the option for surgery?
Surgery or radiation, and go back in, if you can go back, because of my asked was Dr. Isner, my brother had took me to one of those men's conferences and stuff that they have. So I know you guys don't look at Black Nouveau because I did do an episode on Black Nouveau in December.
That's amazing.
And the doctor Dr. Isner said he was going to have me on the show, me and my brother on the show on Friday, but he never got back with us. So this must be God today, because I wasn't going to tell you guys until I got done with my radiation. But this is God right here.
Yes,
and I truly believe that. So you guys, I did tell Mark Wade and a couple of Craig Stingley. I did tell a couple of guys, but most people I kind of kept it to myself. So if anybody's listening, Debo, y'all make sure that you stay on top of that, because like she said, it's really not a death sentence anymore. Oh, and to answer your question, right now, I had talked to a lot of older guys and stuff, and one of the guys, I didn't want to get my prostate taken out because I didn't want to have get cut on if it wasn't necessary. So he said that was good, because they do this gene test now, and it tells you kind of like, because everybody's body is different,
Right.
and what the gene test does, it tell you what's probably best, even though it could be hormone therapy, it could be like removing, like you did right out, or radiation, what I'm going through. But guys, I would rather live if I didn't have. I'm gonna tell you something, and I know y'all gonna laugh at this because this is gonna sound crazy. I'm 68 years old. If I didn't have, if I had to choose between living and seeing my grandkids grow up and having sex, I'm choosing seeing my grandkids grow up.
That's right.
That's right.
Thank you, George. George, I want
All right,
you.
God bless y'all.
God bless you, George.
So
George,
much.
and this you can't see it in the chat and YouTube. They're sending you love. George, your story is so important, and I would ask if you can come to Erica's event, to the if you can come to the event, come and talk to our griots, because your story, if you weren't able to be on Black Nouveau, we would love to be able to have you and I think you said your brother, to have you all be able to be part of the education that we do out in the community, because it's those examples that are so important. And it's next week, the 14th of March, on a Saturday, and it's at Milwaukee Lutheran High School. But please come. There'll be people there. You'll ask for the griots. They will be there. Talk to them. Say, Deb said I was supposed to talk to you all and get additional information. But we need voices. And this is one of those things, so much of what you said, no one finds it a joke. It is important to have the conversations. People were other questions were, do biopsies hurt? Do radiation hurt? But I think when you summed up your conversation with, when it comes to other things, you would much rather see your grandkids, the life of your grandkids, being able to watch them grow up. That's what's so important.
Absolutely.
And being able to see them, apologies, the ambulance coming by, but being able to see your loved ones grow up. And this is why these secrets, when we don't talk about it, And that's why I want people to know it's not a laughing matter. It's not a joking matter. Some people don't want to hear things. But it's one of those things that you have to share because secrets kill.
Secrets kill.
Please.
May I share something? Sharing, because I shared my story with my cousin who was dealing with some pains in her abdomen and having issues with going to the bathroom. She found out that she had Crohn's disease because she said, well, my cousin is 33. She was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. I'm going through some similar symptoms, and she was able to get a colonoscopy. And through the colonoscopy, they found that she had Crohn's disease. And that is something that's debilitating as well. And it takes a lot of energy out of your physical life. And she always says, like, we lobby together a lot. And she told me, she said, if it wasn't for you, Jamila, I wouldn't even know I had Crohn's disease, you know, and it can, if going untreated, Crohn's can turn into colon cancer.
Right.
So there is a correlation to those two things. And now she gets infusions for Crohn's disease, and she's just very grateful for that. And that's why sharing is so important, because someone else could be going through it. I tell this to my students, ask the question, share things, because someone else may be going through the exact same thing. And if we stay silent, then no information is being shared. And we don't come from that. We are definitely a culture of sharing, storytelling.
Yeah.
We have to get back into that vein. It is critical for us and our health.
Jermaine said something earlier that I wanted to kind of tap into, and you all having gone through your health scares that you went through. Is it, as an individual, and he kind of spoke to people keeping it a secret, and I want to just speak from that angle, if we can kind of hit on that. Is it that you don't want to be bombarded with a bunch of questions and people, you're just kind of trying to deal with it yourself and wrap your head around it, versus, you know, all of the kinfolk and everybody calling, and maybe in some cases folks that you didn't even deal with, but they're calling with this fake love or whatever. I don't know. What mindset do typically people find themselves in when they get the diagnosis? And is it maybe why people don't tell everybody what they're going through?
Well, I know for me, once they told me, I wanted to tell all my family, all my brothers and sisters, because I wanted them to go get checked. Because if it's happening to me, and it happened to my uncle, and happened to my other uncle and his son, then it's in the family.
Absolutely.
And this is something that if we would have talked about it prior to me finding out, I probably wouldn't have felt how I felt. But since it was something that they told me and it hit me like a ton of bricks quick, so I'm like, okay, either I'm gonna wallow in this thing, or I'm gonna pull myself, together, and I'm gonna walk in faith. And one thing that they said to me after they told me, the doctor was like, well, do you want to talk to a priest? Do you want to talk to a spiritual counselor? I'm like, wait a minute. No, I talked to Jesus. And my dad is a pastor, so I got spiritual advisors around me, but my faith is what kept me afloat, because hearing something like that, and then you get to thinking about the reality of what can happen, it can take you under. But it's just sharing that information with everybody, because I got on the phone and called everybody. I mean, some of my family members, I was like, well, I don't want to go looking for nothing. It's not looking for anything. It's just being aware.
Right. Because you want to know what's going on with your body, and even with diagnosis, we have a behavioral health therapist, a licensed therapist at our clinic. For this is one of the reasons when people get any kind of new diagnosis, it could be diabetes. You need somebody to talk to, and having one in the clinic where we have a very good combination of our clinical provider and our mental health provider there together. That's how we help people get through these diagnoses. And so if you have a diagnosis like this, it's really important for you to have somebody to talk to that maybe not be your family member, because what they do is they help you figure out what that conversation looks like. Because you are going to get bombarded with questions and what are you going to do? How are you going to do this? What does it look like? And you don't have answers. But you need that time to process, but you also need to have a plan for how you are going to talk to people, because you should not be suffering in silence. None of us should. Ever.
None of us.
So we need to tell it.
Yeah.
But we need to know how to tell it, who to tell it to, what does this look like? And you really should not be doing this by yourself.
No.
Deb and I had a conversation with a young lady who lost her husband to prostate cancer. And when I tell you, the spouses suffer too.
Yes.
And you have to tell them, but you also have to go through this with them. And they need to know, and they deserve to know. And so to keep this from anybody, any of your loved ones, but especially your spouse, that is not fair.
No.
Shout out to the caregivers.
Listen,
I'm going to be honest. I was angry when I was diagnosed. I went through it mentally. My personal life I was going through it. So having a cancer diagnosis on top of that was like, what? I was newly engaged. Well, no, I was in now I'm engaged, but my long-term partner at the time, we were not in the best space. So I'm thinking of all these things. And it was my caregiver, and we really leaned on each other during that time. I did not share this with my mom. That was the only person, and Daniel. Those were the only two people at the time that I shared it with. And I kept it close to the vest because I was processing.
Absolutely.
But the reason why I went to the place that I went to get treatment, it was the Cancer Centers of America. They're no longer named that. City of Hope is their new name, but I went there because they had people on staff that help you with the mental process. They also had a priest, a pastor there as well. But I struggled with my faith. I'm going to be very, very honest about that. And I think that I'm not the only one in that. My mom was like, you have to pray. And I remember telling her, like, Ma, I don't know how to pray. Like, do I say the rosary? Like, what does that look like for me? So I had to process my feelings. I had to be strong in my faith. It has really increased since, but that's why I found groups that helped me. I needed to find my tribe. I needed to find people. This is why I advocate so hard, because you need to have that family, people that just understand, that just get it. If I'm going to the bathroom 6-7 times, they understand why. I have a shorter colon now. So just finding that community, finding advocates, finding not-for-profits, organizations, people that really understand your mission. You got to find people that understand. And there are a lot of organizations that help with that.
Definitely. We have 2 callers on the line. Callers, I so appreciate you. Welcome to Your Health and You.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. I was listening and to the young lady about the colon cancer.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I had very similar symptoms. So I ended up in emergency. I ended up with all the bleeding. And come to find out I had a tumor on the adrenal gland.
Okay.
And it was really big. And they thought they would have to cut this out, cut that out, cut this out. And when the doctor told me, he looked at me like I was doomed. He didn't want to say, I was in a bad shape. But I could tell by his face. But then when I went in there, I had to get a specialist, of course. When they went in there, he had to take the kidney, because that adrenal gland is on top of that kidney, He had to take the kidney, but I didn't lose anything else. So all I have to do now is just go for my MRIs every 2 years.
Yes.
So, but the symptoms were so similar, But I did get the colonoscopy every, so many years.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of scary. And then my husband, he just died of a brain tumor. And it wasn't, it wasn't malignant, and mine wasn't malignant.
Okay.
So we both lucked up, but my husband had more problems. He was on dialysis, and he had the prostate cancer. So he had a bunch of stuff going on. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. It's important to listen to your body. And that's one thing we were talking about during break, the importance of listening to your body. We have another caller on. Welcome to Your Health and You.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a first-time caller.
Yay.
I'm
Thank you.
so glad to see Miss Jamila. I had the opportunity to work with her. She was amazing at MPS. And
Oh my God, thank you.
I just want to say I've had the opportunity to be in your presence on a daily basis, and you have always been so positive. I'll tell you, I'm Mrs. Hall.
Oh my God, I'm like tearing up.
I moved to Georgia 8 months ago, and God just told me to turn it on. I usually watch. I'm trying to think of the other show that I watch on WWE, Say Something Real. But I said, okay, I'm gonna turn it on today on Friday because I know they aren't on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
But I go faithfully for my colonoscopy. I had one done here in Georgia last month.
Good.
And as you stated, my doctors here are my best friend. I thought I had ear infection. I was there 2 days ago, and they called me back to see how I'm doing. It was just some wax buildup. But I just want to say, you just keep doing what you're doing for the children.
Thank
and
you.
I go to the doctor if I got a little ache.
Right.
Stomp your
But
toe,
I
you
had
got to
two
go.
polyps that were removed. Yes, I had two polyps that were removed, and they were benign. But I go faithfully, and I want to tell the ladies, just please take care of your health, and it'll keep you young. I'm 68 years old, but I feel like I'm 25.
Good.
I watch my diet, what I eat. I weigh 125. I'm 5'7", do my walk and my run every day. But it's just good to see your beautiful face, and just keep doing what you're doing for the children in Milwaukee. God bless you. Okay.
Ms. Hall, you Jermaine over here about to get in trouble.
So what you say now?
Hey man, can you hand him the Kleenex over there, Jermaine? Can you give him some tissue over there?
Get some tissue, Jermaine. Give him some tissue. Y'all so special.
Thank you.
But that's what's so important. It is one of those things that is so critical, having that relationship. But I agree with you, Mrs. Hall. Jamila is one of a kind. This is why I'm keeping this sister close.
What I hear is that it's authentic. It's genuine.
Yes.
Somebody work with you every day.
Yes.
Because there's some things I could tell y'all about Jermaine.
Are we doing this?
Well, hey, we're doing it. You don't want to do it. Don't do it.
We're doing this on the
But seriously, what a wonderful show today.
Yes.
I have enjoyed this show more than any shows that have come on these airways. This has been enlightening. I think that there's going to be some positive that comes out of this show. There's some folks that are going to go and get physicals and get checked out, and the support basis, and people will start to understand. It's been a great show, great lineup, Deb, as always. But today you really hit it home out the park for me. Because I'm going to get checked out.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I love the class.
I know.
And the thing we have to do is that we have this thing called disinformation out there.
Yes.
And what we have to do is fight that.
Yes.
And while we fight disinformation is with the truth.
Yes.
We're going to be out there because there's folks on that they'll tell anything. And they do it deliberately. It's not something that's done. It's done to hurt us in the long run. So we're going to be out here, and we're going to tell you the truth, whether it's good or bad. I when I had my diagnosis for prostate cancer, I had a little thin book from the doctor that did the biopsy, and I didn't like it. So I ended up buying this book, Prostate Cancer for Dummies. I'm serious. There's a book, Prostate Cancer for Dummies. But it was the best book I ever bought because it gave you, detailed information. I decided to go for surgery because I just wanted to be rid of it. I wanted to live, and I can say almost 20 years later, it was the best decision. There's one time it happened. Basically, I missed 4 weeks of work because I had the robotic surgery. So it gives you options. You have several options in the early stages. Now, once you go into the latter stages, it gets more difficult.
Right. So we want you to do the prevention.
Do the prevention. That's very
Catch it
important.
early.
Catch it early. So basically, for prostate cancer, I don't want to hear any nonsense about this or that. And we know we're talking about. We can have
That's
that.
somebody's
We can have that.
granddaddy over there.
We can have that. We can have that conversation.
I don't want to hear.
I'm gonna choke you brothers out there.
I know that's right.
That's somebody's granddaddy.
Look.
But you know what I'm hearing, Deb? You know what I'm hearing from the callers and just the whole interaction today?
Yeah.
Safe space.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys have created a really safe space. People are opening up and telling their stories, man. This is beautiful.
Thank you. This is what it's about. This is about them. This is about the community.
Yes.
This is what we got to create. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back to some more callers and some more truth. You're with Your Health and You. We'll see you on the other side. Welcome back, family. Welcome back. We are having an incredible conversation as always. I'm joined here by my health griot, Mr. Vince Butler, by Health Connections, Miss Erica Sinclair, Lord goodness, and my sis, Jamila, Miss Jamila, colorectal cancer survivor for how many years? What's your
Since 2019, so
okay?
7 years.
7 years. Yes. And we're talking a little bit about colorectal cancer. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Today is a day that we are wearing blue. Deb forgot, so I'm in trouble, but there's blue in the house for me. We got 2 callers on the line. Caller, go right ahead. Welcome to Your Health and You.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm a 3-year cancer survivor. Coming up December 20th of this year. It's the 3rd time calling this station about this topic. Since I was listening, there's a couple of things that stuck out to me. So the privacy issue is when you're diagnosed, your privacy issue becomes somewhat embarrassing, somewhat fearful, somewhat your lack of knowledge and understanding. So one of the most important things about this program is the awareness, which is why I'm calling. So I think I've gone through stages in recovery to the point of being cancer free, and some days even forgetting I even went through this process because of my life going on, and not necessarily, it's always going to be a part of my life, but it doesn't define my life.
No.
That's right. I love that.
Yes.
So in the privacy, with my family, I told everybody, especially my son, who's in his 20s, but I wanted him to be aware of what his father was going through. But once he gets to my age, if it God willing, he never has to go through this, but I try to give him some tools to take with him mentally in the future to be able to first deal with, get your checkups, go to the doctor. So another thing about the biopsy, I heard a person say it was one of the most difficult times. I'm thinking he means, and I'd like to expand on it, it's not so much the biopsy, the procedure, it's waiting for the results. It's waiting from the time you get a diagnosis. My blood test was in August. My biopsy was in September. My surgery was in December. So I had no symptoms. I learned of this based on my blood test and then researching it. And my decision was to have the surgery. But, the option was radiation or the surgery. That's a personal decision. But for me, I have no regrets of going through the surgery, being considered cancer free. And like I said, sometimes it's not even in my conscious mind as I move forward that I had or have cancer. So, in conclusion, I spoke of a comfort level with after my recovery, just being comfortable with it, then becoming relieved that I went through it, and I go for my checkups and I'm still cancer free.
Yes.
So that provides hope for me that, you know, it's God, it's one day at a time.
That's it.
And then a meaningful, when the hope comes, you start to see a meaningful production in your life moving forward.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get in. Usually when I talk about it, I'm not as emotional, but
no.
Hey, you guys did it.
No.
Yeah.
This is what we're here for.
Mhm.
This is what we're here for.
This is family.
You are family. This is the conversations that are needed, and your emotions are appreciated because it's your honesty and you being authentic about what you have gone through. This is a safe space for you to share what you've gone through and your experiences, and for others to know that after diagnosis, you are here to tell the story.
That's right.
You are here to tell the story.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
So your son, has your son got tested?
No. But he's 27.
But this is the thing, and this is why I want to make sure I tell people. If whenever you got diagnosed, he should be getting screened 10 years before that.
Yes.
So literally those guidelines, which I talk about all the time, those guidelines are guidelines. They are not what has to happen though. If you demand and you advocate for yourself to get a test earlier than that, because you have a family history now.
Yes.
So he has family history. That gives him the ability
to
get tested earlier, and that will be covered by the insurance. And they should be. If you have a family history, you should definitely, the guideline has been changed then. At that point of your diagnosis, they should be getting tested 10 years before that. And not just your son, everybody blood connected to you. So they should all know that 10 years before. Please hear what I'm saying. 10 years before, you should be getting screened. So I suggest that happens.
I hear you, and with my colonoscopy, I heard the gentleman on your show say when you have a colonoscopy and they go in and they see the polyp, they take it right there. So I had a pretty good sized polyp that was removed, but it wasn't cancer. But in my mind, it only just grows into cancer. You just don't sit there. So that's me. But I talked to my younger sisters about that. And my doctors had told me about family history. So I talked to my sisters about doing it, and they did it. And something similar happened with them, but it's still all good. I mean, they got past it and came out with a good diagnosis. So, yes, it's not a death sentence by any means. I'm proof of that.
Yep.
Mr. Whitehouse is proof of that. The gentleman in the studio is proof of that. And my dogs are laying around me right now. If I'm not here, who's going to take care of my dog?
There you go.
So, it's I guess, I don't want to just go on and on, but I do want to make a point that when somebody said it's not a joking matter, it's not, but you do have to approach it that it's not all gloom and doom either. I mean, you got to find a balance. You gotta, and if you do get to the point where you have a decision between radiation and the surgery, I'm not here to talk anyone into one or the other. I'm here to say, well, if you go through the surgery, with my experience, you have the trust in God, you have the trust in the people that are performing the surgery. They do put you to sleep, and there ain't nothing else you got to do. You wake up, you cancer free. Well, at least in my case. So,
right. Well, we appreciate you sharing all of your story with us. This is so critical, and also saying how you shared it with your family. That is also so important. And we continue in prayers with you, because we know that God is not done with you yet. Your work here is not done. You have so much more that you can do. So we appreciate you. We've got about 3 or 4 more minutes and one more caller on the line. Caller, welcome to Your Health and You.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the Reverend Dr. Andrew Ward.
Dr. Ward.
And this program is so important.
Thank you, Dr. Ward.
And everything I'm trying to say has been said already. One dude said, one person said they had a tumor on their adrenaline gland. I had the same experience. I had high blood pressure in 1966 when I was drafted into the Army. They told me to sit down at 6 o'clock in the morning. In the evening, about 6 o'clock, they told me to go on in. And after I got out, I still had high blood pressure. They put me on 1,000 different medications. It was uncontrollable. Once I had my blood pressure taken, it was over 200, and they said they wondered why I wasn't dead. And so one time, the doctor found out I had a tumor on my adrenaline gland. So they removed my adrenaline gland. They removed the tumor. I thought they were going to remove the tumor, but they removed one of my adrenaline glands. And now my blood pressure is controllable. Another thing, I had Crohn's. And I heard that President Kennedy had Crohn's. And anybody know what Crohn's is? It's a mofo.
Yes, it is.
And so they could control my Crohn's. And so now I'm taking sulfasalazine or something like that. That's an old medicine. And my Crohn's is under control.
Well, Dr. Ward,
back in the day, Kennedy, I understood, the only way they were treating Crohn's was steroids, and I didn't want any of those. So now my Crohn's is controllable and all of that.
Well, we appreciate you, Dr. Ward. We know.
And it was, I have not said anything that I haven't heard already. I have one problem with y'all's program.
What's that, Dr. Ward?
Enough people ain't hearing it. The people who need to hear it ain't hearing it. It needs to be run and rerun.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. Well,
and y'all have a good one.
You people ask. Well, that's one of the reasons we have activities. Don't forget, everyone, Saturday, March 14th. Next Saturday, doors open at 9 o'clock. Game begins at 10:30. Health fair is from 9 until 2. This is the colorectal cancer and prostate charity basketball game run by Health Connections. This is being held 9700 West Grantosa Drive. And so we look forward to that, seeing you there. Look for our health griots. Definitely look for Health Connections to be in the house, and come up and see us again, 9700 West Grantosa Drive. We will see you again in 2 weeks. We thank you, all of our callers, for calling in, the patients, for all of our callers. And we look for more topics, so please let us know what you want to hear. Thank you for participating with Your Health and You, and thank you so much to my guests, Mr. Debo, Mr. Jermaine. You're so appreciated, and we will see you again in 2 weeks.